It's the show when you're on the road. Drive talk with michaluley.
Good morning, everyone. This is your local broadcaster, michaluley. Today, we have our two special guests with us, Miss Limer Bean and her exotic pet tiger, Chiggers. Today, we're discussing a major issue affecting America now. Should exotic animals be kept as pets? Now, I'm on this. I love my pet cat, Jorge, and I'm keeping him for the rest of forever and ever. He would never harm a living soul, but an exotic pet like a tiger, lion, chimp, bear, or any other wild animal, well, you just don't always know how they're going to decide to roll one day. Under the circumstances, I really can't see any ways that keeping an exotic animal would be okay. In fact, I am 100% against the fact of anyone owning an exotic animal as a pet, but that's what our special guest star... Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. Excuse me. This is what our special guest stars are here for. What's your view on the topic, Limer?
Well, absolutely. As shown in an article from Lauren Slater, exotic animals like bears, tigers, and chimps have been kept for thousands of years as pets by monks, kings, nomads, and a bunch of other people. So what's wrong with it going on now? I think people should be able to keep the pets they want, even the exotic ones, because, YOLO, is that it? Is that still a thing? Am I up to date?
I'm not quite sure. I think you're a little late, but you see, Limer, I bet you and your crazy animal-loving self didn't know that the total number of reported incidents, not even counting the deaths, just the incidents from exotic animals is 2,023 as calculated from the Exotic Animal Incident Report.
But come on now, when you start going into all these statisticamabobs, or whatever they're called, you're just being one-sided towards your side of the argument. Look at this here. As discovered from USA Today, on average, there are only about 3 people killed by the attacks from big cats, snakes, elephants, bears, or any of those little poor creatures. And around here, traffic accidents kill 125 people per day. That's a pretty big difference.
Oh, so you're really gonna go there, aren't you? Well...
Yes, I most definitely am.
Well, okay. As I was saying, we need to look at the deaths that are actually caused by animals. When you say exotic pets only cause about 3 deaths per year in the U.S., you see that those less than 3 deaths per year add up to something bad. Life Science gave us information on the topic saying that there were 75 reported deaths from 1990 to 2011. That, my friend, is 75 deaths which could have been easily prevented under the right circumstances. This right here is pretty ridiculous. These statistics, also from Life Science, show that you have 21 people who died from a big cat attack, 4 people dying from a bear. A bear! Who even keeps a bear as a pet? 14 death by elephants, 18 reptile fatalities, 2 killer whale deaths. I guess the owner just needed their little old bathtub pet. And 18 deaths by other miscellaneous animals.
Well, those people were just stupid. These poor animals didn't do anything bad.
Well, Limer, then how can you explain the attacks that are continuously going on? North Carolina itself seeing 44 attacks, shown to us by the Exotic Animal Incident Report. There are certain cases of animals attacking and hurting and or killing people all over. We have many documented cases shown from Rachel Retner's article in Life Science, such as a 15-month-old boy who was rushed to the hospital from a python bite while playing in the park, a 30-year-old Nebraska man who died from a boa constrictor strangulation, a 4-year-old who was hospitalized from being mauled by his aunt's pet mountain lion, an 80-year-old man who was attacked by a kangaroo at an exotic animal farm, and a Charlotte zoo worker who was seriously injured to his head and both of his legs from a lion attack. Need I go on?
Those are just a few simple attacks caused by human error and mistreatment of the animals. Life Science even clearly stated that the man attacked by the lion was working at an illegal zoo, which was uncertified anyway. And if privately owning exotic animals is allowed in a handful of states with little restrictions, don't you think the governments and overlords expect that the animals are fine? Like everyone says, you can't fix stupid. It's not the animals' fault. It's the ignorant humans of planet Earth. Human race. Also, have you not seen that more exotic animals live in homes as pets than they are being cared for in zoos? Lauren Slater revealed this information to us, and I see that a lot of your attacks deal with zoos. You don't see very many home cases, now do you? There are a current number of 5,000 tigers in private owner captivity, and there was only one seen big cat attack. Not very many tiger heirs now, are there? And, under the words of USA Today, some of the larger animals like cats, bears, apes, and others are kept in home situations, but most are kept in commercial, federally inspected areas. So obviously, some people around here are smart enough and understand enough about what they're doing to keep the animals safe. And do you want some more? There are 7 states with absolutely no laws against exotic pets in the United States, and just 13 require permits, shown to us by Life Science. Yet again shown by Lauren Slater, there are more hospitalizations for dog bites than exotic animal attacks per year. So I guess you could say that people around here really have the hang of things. Ha. Get it? Hang. 'Cause I'm a monkey.
Oh, Limer. No. Just no. I can't just... I guess everyone is entitled to their own opinion, though, even if it is as wrong as the days are long. I bet you also don't understand how we get these exotic animals here now, though, do you?
Why, yes I do. They are shipped on boats and planes. Well, at least Chiggers was. And for your information, those of us who have pet tigers are actually keeping the tigers safer. Between 5,000 to 7,000 tigers are kept as pets, but only about 3,200 are found in the wild, as said by Life Science. So in all honesty, if people weren't keeping them as pets and in captivity, the population of tigers, period, would be drastically lower and maybe even extinct.
Limer, these animals are hurt in many, many ways while being shipped over to their new homes. For example, as written out by PETA, baby turtles are taped inside of these shells that they already came out of and put in tube socks in large numbers to be moved. Isn't that just absolutely horrid? Infant pythons who haven't done a single thing to anyone to be treated this way, but they are shoved against their will into CD cases. Precious little eggs that need to be hatched once they get to their homes are put in special vests to keep them hidden from security measures, meaning that obviously should not happen. Anyone who wants their animal to be happy and healthy shouldn't want them to be treated this way.
Here we go again. Importing animals has been banned since the 70s, so most of the animals you speak of are bred in captivity, and not going through those horrible fates. Many animals are bred in captivity and actually not stolen at all, called by USA Today. Breeding in captivity also eliminates the pressure on wild population and serves as a backup in case the species goes extinct. Therefore, like you said before, we won't lose a valuable species.
And just speaking on the health factor, there are serious risks for animals after they're shipped out. About 90% of the exotic animals die within the first year of being in their new homes and environment. You know why? There are specific nutritional, environmental, and other needs that these animals require from their previous adaptations, shown to us by PETA. Also, the Exotic Animals Are Not Pets article shows us that there are 10% of the hedgehogs living in the USA, which are a very well-wanted exotic pet to come be a pet, who die from a certain fatal nervous system problem because of intensive breeding. The hedgehog population goes down from people trying to make it go up for their own enjoyment. Even looking at the tortoises which are brought in, the statistics being shown from the Exotic Animals Are Not Pets article tell us that within 1 year, the pet shop tortoises have a death rate of 26.5%, and in a studied span of time, within 4 years, their death rate was 92%. That's almost all of the tortoises that you just spent trying to bring them in and hurting them in the process. If we continue to do what we are doing, a great, majestical species will be lost, and many, many more.
Now take what you just said and look over it again. Don't you think that if people continue to keep exotic animals with them in home situation, which a fair amount of people in the United States and other parts of the world already practice, then you will start to understand how to better take care of the animals and keep them for longer spans of time. The Exotic Animals Are Not Pets article talks about the lifespans of pets, and with the lifespans in which these certain animals have, such as a parrot living for 80 years, snakes and monkeys for 30, and iguanas living for 20 years, that's plenty of time for people to get the hang of caring for their animals.
Well, okay, Limer. I can kind of see your point on this one, I guess. But we can yet again look at the other sides of this topic. There are many different diseases that can be contracted from animal to human. Actually, 75% of the diseases hurting humans now are given from animal to human. And between just 2000 and 2006, 50 million people had contracted diseases from animals, and 78,000 of those people died, shown to us by the article Exotic Animals Are Not Pets. Rachel Redner also tells us that there were 8 known incidents of children getting salmonella from their cute little baby lizards and other exotic reptiles. Now, I can't honestly say that I've never owned a house lizard before, but those huge disease-carrying monster baby dinosaurs, shown by the American Society, from 1994 to 1996, there were an increased number of salmonella cases seen from exposure to exotic pet iguanas, pet turtles, and especially sugar gliders. There are over 7,000 cases of salmonella seen from exotic reptile contact each year. There are just so many seen ways in which humans can get diseases from exotic pets. Why can't people just be happy with the animals which they are actually safe and legal to own?
Michaluley, do you not know that exotic animals are not the only ones to blame for zoonotic disease spreading? Big word. Anyways, salmonella and herpes B monkeypox are 2 diseases received from exotic pets. Yeah, but rabies and ringworm are 2 that come solely from your cute little household pets.
No! Not my poor kitty!
Oh yes, your poor little kitty. I'm sorry, Michaluley, but the blame for zoonotic diseases can come from any side of the animal population, as can some of the other issues spoken about.
Well, Limer, even though I see some of the issues may be a little too harshly put on exotic pets, I still don't see why anyone would want or should have the ability to keep exotic pets. Or why I'm talking to someone mentally insane. But you know this.
What are you talking about? Someone mentally insane?
Well, Limer, you are from an insane asylum far away, aren't you?
Michaluley, please stop talking to your mirror and I'll take off your straitjacket for dinner. Chicken and peas tonight.
No. Oh my God. What's happening? No, this can't be happening to me. What's wrong with me?
Oh, poor dear. We go through this every Saturday morning. I wonder what I'll come in and hear about next week.
No.